Hello, hello, I am the Mobius Strip, and I am forever. I want to live in a functioning high-trust society, and I want you to as well. Today we will be talking about the importance of losing, and why children need to practice winning and losing in order to become functional adults. Of course, we are looking at this through the point of view of game theory. So, quick rundown. What is game theory? Game theory is when an agent, a human being with free will or agency, chooses one of three options while interacting with another human being with free will of agency. You can open and lower your defenses for cooperation. This lowers your defenses and allows you to be attacked, but offers the opportunity of cooperating with others. 2, you can be guarded. You can put your guard up. You are safe when you're guarded. Guarded normally looks like freedom of association. You leave the area of people you don't trust, but because you're guarded, you lose the opportunity of cooperating with others, and this is bad for society. Your last option, of course, is to attack. Your guard is down when you attack. You can also be hurt when you're attacking, but you're also on the attack. This is what we don't want. So before we get started with today's topic, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment letting me know where you agree and disagree. I would like to cooperate with you. Alright. Game theory is used in our everyday interactions, even if we do not realize it at once. And whether we choose to attack, defend, or cooperate, one thing is guaranteed in life: agents do not always win. Losing is something we all experience. Part of growing up is to learn through lived experiences or examples on a smaller and less important scale of a child. I will use an example that is a classic for American children for generations and show how millennials, my generation, were totally robbed of this coming-age tradition in America. My example is the baseball game. This is a staple of the American youth and an important part of learning how to cooperate with your teammates as well as compete against an opposing team. For many, this will simulate many situations in adulthood, like being an employee for a company that is competing against other companies. In game theory, there are actually two major games taking place. The first game theory taking place is that the children are learning to cooperate with their teammates. So if a teammate or Agent 1 cooperates with teammate or Agent 2, and so on, in practicing together, working together, and obeying the same rules, the players who do this with the shared goal of will do this with the shared goal of winning the game. This cooperation can be ruined, and is commonly ruined, especially with children, if one child decides to break the rules and get all the glory and take this glory away from the other children on his team by attacking, not literally in this case. This would be more like the other players have lowered their guard down for cooperation with their teammates, and Agent 2 takes advantage of this to be a glory. I don't know, children wouldn't say that. To hog all the glory. You can trick your teammates to take the glory, but after doing this the first or the second time, the other players will know this player, this Agent 2, to be rude, to be a showboater, and his reputation will keep his teammates from wanting to continue to cooperate with him. The other game theory taking place between two teams. This involves both teams working together as a unit, or Agent 1, so long as they cooperate with each other as described in the previous game theory example, and obeying the same set of rules and competing in a cooperative way, that is, playing baseball without cheating. The rules of the game are known by all players before the game starts. The umpires are not partial to either team, and the rules don't change mid-game. The game takes place in Team 1 and Team 2, represented by Agent 1 and Agent 2, which are, of course, broken. If you were to zoom in on Agent 1, you'll see a bunch of agents all cooperating together. They cooperate. They cooperate in the sense that they are all obeying the same rules, but they are still competing. This is an incredibly life lesson to learn as children. Apart from the major point I'm making in this video, learning how to obey the same rules or the same laws and still competing. At the end of the game, Team 1 and Team 2 take score, and the winner as well as the loser are both announced. Now, it's not actually important who wins in a 10-year-old Little League game. What's important is the secondary effect of the score being taken and there being a winner and a loser. The children, whether they won or lost, must now stand in a single file line and shake the hands of the opposing team and say, "Good game." This is the most important part of keeping score, as it teaches the children that even though they lost, they must still have sportsmanship or continue to cooperate with the other team. This is hard for children. Many children will cry. Some will fight a member of the other team that they're mad at for something that happened in the game. This is why it is important for parents to be at the baseball game with their children. It is normal for children to struggle to shake hands because they're children and they don't have experience doing this. It's also important to note that the winner is also learning that even though they were victorious in the baseball game, they need to shake the hand of the losing team. They're not supposed to crush them completely or rub it in their faces and be rude. They must still say "good game" and shake the other team's hand. This is equally important and shows a team member how to properly win with honor. Now, the viewer who has watched my videos before will see that the third observer, pardon the knife, I didn't mean to have that there, Agent 3 will arrive. The woke observer, the overbearing, oversensitive mother or weak parent, will say that this person will say, "You can't keep score because my child is crying right now." Historically, this person would be ignored. Traditional people would say it's very important for young boys to learn this, right? But for whatever reason, parents of millennials, so boomers and Gen X, took this away from many, many children. And this does a few negative things to the children themselves. The children who had agreed to cooperate with both their teammates and with the other team as a unit to play this game just saw an authority figure, the parents, Agent 3, the woke observer, show up mid-game and change all the rules. This shows the kids that the rules were not actually fixed and could be changed at any time for what appears to be on the whim of someone's sensitive emotions, an adult's sensitive emotions. This will confuse the children and make them wonder, what's the point of the game? What's the point of the rules of this game if Kyle's mom can just cry a little and they all go out the window? This can be extrapolated to other cooperative games or activities in life. Many of the children are going to feel betrayed as though they had done all of this, lowered their guard down for cooperation with their teammates, lowered their guard down, cooperated with the other team, obeyed the rules, they were starting to win, and it was all taken from them for really no good reason. This also protects children from simulated loss. What I mean by that is that a baseball game when you're 10 is not actually important. This loss is not going to truly matter in your life at all, but you are practicing experiencing loss so that when you experience real loss in life, such as the loss of a family member, losing a job, not getting a job you applied for, being rejected when you ask a girl out in high school, and so on, you will have a frame of reference, practice, and emotional control over yourself, and finally you'll be able to, whether literally or in spirit, shake hands with your opponent, whether it's an employer, a woman who rejected you, etc., and walk away. Now imagine all of the usual events in an American's childhood that simulate loss. Loss that does not matter, such as sports, extracurricular activities, events that keep track of winners and losers like a game of chess or a board game. It doesn't matter what it is. And this was the case for many millennials, that their parents just took away winning entirely and losing. These children are now adults. Millennials who, at the time of recording, it's November of 2025, so millennials are between 29 and 44 years old. And many can say, I hesitate to say we, because I was born in the 90s, I'm a millennial. Many millennials cannot handle losing. We cannot handle being criticized at work. They need endless therapy. Agent 1 here is the millennial. Agent 2 is maybe an employer trying to cooperate with you. Agent 1, the millennial. I have not had practice here. What are the rules? Do the rules change? You get the point I'm making. They need endless therapy to get through applying to jobs, as most applications will be rejected. That's normal for people. I'm an accountant. I'm keeping my profile private. I don't want to be doxxed, but I'll tell you I'm an accountant. Accountants normally are very employable. I still had to apply to well over 50 jobs before I got one after I graduated college. And when I changed jobs, I think in total I've applied to almost 400 jobs. That's just life. And if you're not an accountant and you're in a less high demand field, it's going to be worse for you. You need to have the mental toughness to handle rejection and losing. They are unable to date or get married, as rejection, a form of loss, is something too terrifying as they have not practiced losing. This weakness manifests itself in many interesting and problematic ways, as mentioned in my previous video on Charlie Kirk. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I don't have very many videos on my channel. You'll find it easily if you just click my channel. Many of the woke observers or woke leftists will see Agent 1, Charlie Kirk, Agent 2, a left-wing person, both using their words to debate a topic. The woke observer, who has both not experienced simulated loss and learned how to handle it, and was shown that rules of the game don't matter if Kyle's mom cries loud enough, starts to scream that Charlie's words are violence because words are violence. But, conveniently, the left-wing person who is also using their words against Charlie, that person's words are not violence. This is obvious nonsense to someone who has played competitive games where everyone follows the same rules, there is an unbiased umpire, etc. These left-wing millennials never got to experience this. Not all, of course. Many millennials, like myself, had conservative parents, or went to religious schools, or had more traditional upbringings, or even had Blue Dog Democrat parents. I don't know if Blue Dog Democrats still exist, but I think they did a better job of raising their parents than some other woke people. This woke observer cannot handle losing, and has not practiced losing. Because they have not practiced losing, they don't have emotional control over their own emotions. So if Charlie were to quote-unquote win the debate, there is no standing in line and metaphorically shaking each other's hands and saying, "Good game." The left wing did not practice losing as a kid. They are still at the phase of a small child that wants to fight the other team member for beating him in a baseball game. This is a high-level understanding on why the woke observer wanted Charlie to be shot, and why so many woke millennials cheered as Charlie was killed in front of his children. Children need to play competitive games to learn how to cooperate with teammates and play by the same rules as the opposing team. They need to practice simulated loss and simulated winning. They absolutely must shake hands with their opponents afterwards and say "good game." This is a critical part of growing from a child who cannot cooperate with others and fights anyone who makes him feel like he lost, to an adult with emotional and impulse control who can cooperate with others. Finally, parents need to toughen up. Kyle's mom, who is crying because her son lost a Little League game and is now sad, needs to have the mental fortitude to tell Kyle that it's okay. Loss is a normal part of life, and how you respond to loss is an opportunity to define who you are as a person. I am Mobius Strip. My dream is a high-trust society. I want to live in one, and I want you to as well. My videos will show current and historic events in the lens of game theory and second-order effects. Come join me and let me know how much you disagree in the comments below. If you have a full-blown argument with someone in my comments section, that will have the second-order effect of the algorithm sending my video to more people. Follow me on X and look at my posts and my many comments posted when I am sitting on the toilet at work. Stay safe, find cooperative folks, work hard, play, pray, and relax. I'll see you later.